During a time when having a powerful voice was very meaningful, just judging straight off of pure talent, there was only a handful of vocalists at Motown that could outsing this man. This vocalist is very unappreciated, but with all of Motown's star power, it was logical that some talent would be overlooked. Today's story is all about Edwin Starr. Before we get started in today's video, please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to stay up to date. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Charles Edward Hatcher was born on January 21st, 1942 in Nashville, Tennessee. Because his father William was a serviceman, the family would move a lot. The family eventually found a place to settle and call home. Mr. Hatcher moved his family to Cleveland, Ohio immediately after World War II. Charles grew up in a non-musical household, but he still discovered a passion for it through Jackie Wilson, which he was strongly influenced by as a child, and he would go ahead and pursue a career due to Mr. Wilson. Charles attended Kennard High School and East Technical High School. Now while in school, he formed a doo-wop group called the Future Tones. The majority of the time, the group performed at school dances and other school gatherings. On a local television show, the group was given the opportunity to win an orthopedic mattress. Of course, the group stole the show and was awarded the bed, but what does a group of four need with one bed? Fortunately, one of the group's members' father had a back condition and offered to pay for the bed, and they agreed and split the money. The group actually won two things, but they decided to keep the second gift to themselves because it wasn't a strong possibility. This second gift was an opportunity to perform at a local nightclub on the same night as Billie Holiday. Charles, his singing career was interrupted when he was enlisted into the military in 1960, where he was stationed in Europe. He opted to pursue a singing career full-time when his military duty ended. Charles, who would obtain a gig with Bill Doggett, and Doggett's manager, Don Briggs, saw and heard Hatcher perform, which he was quite pleased and personally gave him the name Edwin Starr, claiming that he was destined to become a star in this industry. This resulted into Starr signing a solo deal with Detroit label Rick Tick Records. After signing, Starr launched his career with a song that was a clear homage to the James Bond films, which was hugely successful around this time. This song was Agent 000 Soul.
I can do the twine and the jerk. I was strictly continental.
With Rick Tick, Starr released many charted singles, starting with Backstreet,
How to swing, but the people on the back.
Stop Her on Sight, Headline News, and I Want My Baby Back. Not only did Rick Tick have Starr, they also had a lot of successes as well. Meanwhile, Berry Gordy, he was becoming dissatisfied with Rick Tick's success since he desperately wanted to become the dominant label in Detroit. By 1968, Gordy, he chose to buy his competitor and his artist for $1 million, which is equivalent to $8.7 million in today's money. Due to his hits with Rick Tick, Starr, he became a great sensation in the United Kingdom, where his tracks became favorite for the Northern Soul classics. With Motown, Starr, he would release 4 singles with the re-releases of Stop Her on Sight and Headline News. The 2 new singles was I Am the Man for You, Baby, and Way Over There.
I got a lover way over there on the.
That same year, he would release his debut album called Soul Master. That next year, he released 3 singles with 25 Miles,
25 miles from home, girl. My feet are hurting mighty bad.
I'm Still Struggling Man, and Oh How Happy.
Oh, how happy you have made me. Oh.
In 1969, Starr, he would release 2 albums with 25 Miles, which peaked at number 73 on the Billboard 200 charts, and a duet album with Blinky, Just We Two. His biggest hit came that following year in 1970 with the single War.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
This single was written by Norman Whitfield. Now, the Temptations originally performed this song on March 6, 1970. It became tremendously popular 3 months later when Edwin Starr placed his vocals on it. This was during an era when numerous of tunes was crammed through many different musicians in pursuit of finding a hit. Starr, he released 3 additional singles in 1970 along with War. These singles was Time,
Time is the one thing everybody fears. It just ticks by with no regard.
and Stop the War Now.
Make the silent pieces sing now. Stop the war now. Everybody.
Starr's 3rd album, titled War and Peace, was released that same year, and it had peaked at number 52 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. During the late 60s and the early 70s, music was in a political state due to the Vietnam War, which prompted several musicians like Marvin Gaye to record anti-war songs and albums. Whitfield's work with Starr and the Temptations had helped propel Whitfield to the top producers at Motown. 1971, Starr, he would release another album called Involved, which peaked at number 178 on the Billboard 200 charts. That same year, he would release a single, Funky Music Sure Enough Turns Me On. Now, Starr, he was the original singer of this song. This song was also covered by many artists, such as The Temptations in 1972, Yvonne Fair in 1974, and Patti LaBelle in 1977. During Starr's career, the group Unlimited, who would later become Rolls-Royce, had served as his background singers. In 1974, Starr recorded the soundtrack for the film Held Up in Harlem. Throughout the 70s, he released many charted singles, such as There You Go,
There you go. Using that weapon on me.
You Got My Soul on Fire,
Girl, I went to see my doctor and he told me from your love.
Pain,
I'm sick and tired of you getting on my back. You know what time it is? It's 4:30.
Stay With Me,
Finding you for me was a dream.
I Just Want to Do My Thing,
No social drag. So if you see me in a corner all by myself,
Contact, and Happy Radio.
music's got me ready to go. And all through the whole day.
During the 70s, he would release albums Free to Be Myself, which was released in 1975 and peaked at number 43 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Clean, that was released in 1978 and peaked at number 80 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 22 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. And the 1979 album Happy Radio, which peaked at number 115 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 44 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. After leaving Motown in 1975, Starr, he would relocate to the United Kingdom, where his fame had skyrocketed. By 1979, he was recording for various different labels, including 20th Century Fox, Avatar, Calibri, 10, and The Return at Motown, to mention a few. Starr was one of the performers at Motown that was given the opportunity to create and produce some of their own content during his initial stay. Later in his career, his singles became popular in the United Kingdom, where he was regarded as the godfather of Northern Soul. Starr, he would sadly pass away from a heart attack on April 2nd, 2003 at the age of 61. He was survived by his long-standing partner, Gene, as well as his son and his daughter. In 2013, Starr, he was inducted into the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame as well as the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame in 2017.